My name is Godric Gryffindor. This is my story. Many, many years ago, when I was 11 years old, my mother was being berated by the mayor and insulted. She took it all in stride, but the more he spoke to her like that, the angrier I got. Eventually, I boiled over and set his house on fire. He blamed my mother, and so we ran, and ran, until we were sure we wouldn't be discovered. We settled in a small town called Grimm's Hollow, and made a life. She taught me how to use my magic, but even better, she taught me how to control my magic, so I didn't set fire to anyone's house because of out-of-control magic. I was extremely careful not to let my magic boil over, but I also helped Mother prepare potions, ointments, and remedies for the townfolk. She became something of its wise woman. But then, the church came and discovered us. They branded us as heretics, spawn of Satan, and evil witches and warlocks. They tied her to a stake and burned her alive. I begged and pleaded with the town, but they were too frightened to do anything, and the church turned to me, threatening to burn me as well. So with the last remaining strength my mother had, she distracted them, and I disappeared into the night. I made my way to the nearest town, thinking I'd be safe for a night at least. I was wrong. I was tracked and beaten by a group of witch hunters and almost killed, if not for the timely arrival of Salazar Slytherin. He and his group saved me, and we retreated to a campsite where one of the girls of the group had a vision and led us to an abandoned castle that was practically falling apart. But it had ancient magic surrounding it. It was part of its very soil. We knew what we must do. We rebuilt the castle and made it better than ever. We also created a special room. I created a tower just outside the entrance hall so I could oversee the entire castle and its grounds. Rowena created a room capable of changing shape depending on the user's desire or need. Helga built a kitchen for her to use to cook us and the students' dinner. And Slytherin built a chamber for him to study magic, although it was only accessible to him by saying the words open in that snake speech language of his. Many years passed, and me and Rowena fell in love and had 2 children. We decided that our son would keep my name, and our daughter would keep her name. They were Helena Ravenclaw, after my mother, and Merlin Gryffindor. Unfortunately, because of Rowena's condition as a child, she got sick during our children's time at Hogwarts. I lost both my wife and daughter. I never thought I'd be able to move on, but I met another young woman, a Muggle-born. Her name was Lorraine Peverell, and during her time at Hogwarts had been a part of Hufflepuff House. With Merlin's blessing, I was able to move on and find love once more. She gave me 3 more children, 2 sons and 1 daughter. The death of Rowena had hit the others real hard. They both decided to leave Hogwarts in my hands and see what else was out there, while I became the first official headmaster of Hogwarts. I even had my portrait painted to commemorate the occasion, much like Rowena had before her death, and Helga and Salazar had before their departure. I now look over my students, guiding them as best I can, offering advice. I even came up with a little mantra. Help will always be given at Hogwarts to those who ask for it.